What's up, fellow drivers and anybody wanting to learn? Welcome back to the channel. I am Driverman, aka Jose. I'm a rideshare and delivery driver here in the LA metro area. On this channel, I talk all about rideshare and food delivery tips and news so that you know what's going on and can make more money. In this video, we are talking about how Uber has been doing bait and switch with their supposed paid coronavirus sick leave. So what happens is they had announced that they were going to be allowing 2 weeks of pay for anybody affected by the coronavirus, either because they had, been diagnosed with the virus or they had gotten quarantined on suspicion of possibly having the virus. What happens is a lot of people are not getting that because of the fact that, A, they don't actually have it yet. And so there's, some of the technicality, which is really screwing over a lot of drivers. A big part of it has to do with Uber drivers who have pre-existing medical conditions. There's a particular guy in San Francisco who loved driving for Uber and Lyft, likes people, but unfortunately once this pandemic hit, he decided, okay, let's take a little break. A lot of people who have really liked driving for Uber and Lyft have decided to, put the brakes on it as soon as this pandemic hit because, they don't want to take the risk of getting sick as much as they, like doing the job. This guy had submitted, an application citing all the different types of conditions that he has. And what happened is they ended up saying, oh, they deactivated him, said, oh, you're a risk out there to others on the road, so they deactivated him. And then later they ended up rejecting his application, saying, oh, you don't actually have the virus, and then they reinstated his driver status, and so that he could go back on the road. This guy even had a freaking doctor's note excusing him from work, but even that wasn't enough. Him and many other drivers who have submitted for this have gotten denied, and nobody seems to have heard of anybody who has been approved, for these millions of dollars that not just Uber, but also like Lyft and DoorDash and some of these other gig companies had been promising to people. Nobody's heard of anybody actually getting it so far. Another guy in Texas had applied. He has diabetes, and he, submitted all of his things, and he also got, rejected by Uber. At first, it sounded like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give you the average of what you've made over the last 6 months, 6 months up until March 6th. But then, when he went to follow up along with the guy in San Francisco, they kept on like giving them the runaround, and then eventually just denied their claim. Every time they'd send out another email to Uber, they'd get the same, a similar scripted response, like sounding like a robot instead of an actual person, and not helping them. Supposedly, the deny is because they changed their policy 2 weeks after this particular gentleman had applied, even though it stated, hey, if you're immunocompromised and the doctor says don't work, you're okay. But apparently they changed that afterwards, and that's their excuse. Of course, very typical of Uber to not really care about the drivers. This was nothing new, so seeing their announcement was kind of a shocker. But their actions, of course, are not a shocker. Again, just not really taking care of them. Anyhow, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe by hitting the red button. I do videos every week. I hope that you guys are having success. Take care. Boom.